What is up, everybody? It's Zachary Reality. Welcome back to Zachary Reality. We are here with Lachelle, the fabulous Lachelle from Deal or No Deal Island Season 2. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm happy to be here with you.
Yes, I'm happy to be here with you too. I did watch your after show with Boston Rob this morning. I was dying to see what your first reactions were, and it seems like you are taking a lot away from this game and you're in a good headspace about it, that fate just maybe wasn't on your side.
Exactly. Yes. I think everything in life is a game. And I felt quite lucky to even be on that show.
Yeah, well, tell us how you got casted.
Oh, well, I actually had no intentions of being on the show. I was watching season 1 on DVR.
Mm.
And then they had a little NBC commercial that said, if you want to be on the show, go to this website. So I went to the website on my phone and I was like, let me check it out. So I just was putting in random information
Mhm.
into each question. And one of the buttons I said next, next, and then it said thanks for your submission. I had zero idea that that next button was going to submit it. But I also thought no one's going to see this. And even if they do, they're going to be like, oh, she didn't really seriously do this. And as you can tell, someone saw it and I ended up on the show.
Yeah, and how quickly is that turnaround? How quickly were you out there in Panama?
For me, it was quick because this was not long before the show actually happened. So I saw this thing like mid-May,
Hmm.
and then we went the middle of July. So, 2 months maybe at most.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
And now we saw that, Parvati obviously had the big decision of putting up you or Dixon. She did assure you that she wasn't going to put you up, but you also were aware of how close she was with Dixon. And you also told her that you would have sent Dixon home
Yes.
if you won the game.
Sure.
So did you think that was a mistake to tell her that?
No, not at all. I told her that because I was hoping she would decide to let him play so he could have his fate in his own hands. I wasn't actually going to send Dixon home. Me and Dixon had a conversation about if either of us played, who we would send home. And it was not each other.
Oh my gosh. This makes more sense now because I was like, she shouldn't say she's getting rid of Dixon because then Parvati's not going to
Uh-huh.
let her play because she's so close to him.
Yes.
But you were doing the
Me
reverse.
was doing the reverse. Yeah. Me and Dixon knew we were not sending each other home no matter which one of us played.
Wow. So who were you going to send home?
I was going to send home Letty.
Why?
Because for my game, Letty was the biggest threat that I had access to, right? I couldn't get rid of David. I couldn't get rid of Parvati. She
Mhm.
was the next one in line who did the best at the challenges, who had the most power to put people up to play the banker. Like her luck was just too strong for my
Mhm.
game. So she would have been the person that I got rid of.
Right. And did you have any words with Parvati when you were up there or before you left? Like, were you upset with her or did you ultimately understand?
I was definitely a little ticked off, but I
Hmm.
also expected her to do that, right? That's Parvati's game. She will say whatever she has to say, and then she's still going to do what she feels is best for her game. So, game recognized game. So I'm not bothered by the fact that she did it, but I was kind of bothered because she assured me and I helped her be safe,
Yeah.
right? And so I thought that she would make good on owing me for that.
Right. But I guess she was in a hard position because Dixon was her only other option to put up.
It was only two of us. If there was a third person, I think that she would have left me out of it.
Right. That totally makes sense. Now, I do want to know what you thought of Philip and Parvati's kind of tiff in the beginning of the episode. They've been like a duo buddy buddy all season, but it sounds like things might be changing.
Yes, I always felt like their reality together was really just for the good of each other's game. I didn't really think it was super authentic. I mean, I thought that Philip really liked Parvati and he was smart. He knew she was a survivor player. So it was good to align himself with her. But every time he saw these cracks in how she played with him and with others, I saw that crumbling long
Mm,
before we saw it on last night's episode. But
yeah.
they're both there. We will see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens because I don't know.
Right. I want more drama, so I hope that they get into it again.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm put it on a drama.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to know who you're rooting for moving forward. You're out of the game now. You're going to be watching. Who do you really want to see take home the win?
It's a toss between three people for me, and it's based on who they were, who I got to know them as, and how much effort they put into the game on multiple levels. It would have to be Philip and David and CK. Like
Mhm.
those are my top three. If any one of them takes it home, I'd be happy.
What is a good game player to you in Deal or No Deal? Is it like the challenges, the social, strategic? Like, what do you think makes a champion?
I think a champion is someone who is going to play full out in every challenge
Hmm.
physically, someone who is not going to really hide so much that people don't understand who they are or feel connected to them. And then someone who can play smart when they have to decide who to put up to play or who to send home. It is a very treacherous game in that temple because it seems like, oh, they're just sending this one home, but that has ripple effects for the
Hmm.
person who did the sending when they go back to camp, right?
Hmm.
Everyone had real alliances, secret alliances, and it can
Hmm.
be very uncomfortable. Your choices can put an unsuspecting target on your back. And so you got to be careful. You got to be smart.
I love that. And I think you really could have made it farther. Like you said, you really didn't do anything too wrong. It was fate, and a lot of this game is luck.
It is a lot, especially in the temple. That is the biggest part of luck, right? And this season, the twists and turns from the banker. I mean, the fact that I came down that mountain and then found out I was in the, I thought I was clear. I was like, finally, I'm not in the bottom.
Right.
No, not so much.
I also don't want fans to forget that we have a really big surprise coming towards the end of the show, which is the banker reveal. Last season it was Howie. We now know it's a female. Howie is no Caitlyn Jenner, so it's not a gender, it's not a pronoun thing. Who could it
Not
be?
at all.
Can you share maybe some of your reaction when you found out who it was?
I was actually quite surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. I will say that. I
Hmm.
was very surprised. And I was excited because it was someone that, could have been a friend in my head kind of a person.
Ooh, okay. I love that. I haven't asked anyone for a tease, so I feel like we can finally get one because we're getting closer to the end. I want to know what your thoughts are on Dr. Will, the infamous Dr. Will.
Well, it's interesting. I was totally confused at his arrival. I was like, what is happening? This man is in a tuxedo. It's 100 degrees. What are we doing here? And then when I saw his chaotic game, I loved him.
Hmm.
I absolutely loved him, right? I didn't make it so known that I loved him because so many people did not like him, but I loved how his chaos would rattle everyone because it gave me an opportunity to see other people's strengths and weaknesses and use
Hmm.
that as a tool for me. I wasn't rattled by him at all because I really figured out pretty early on that this is just his strategy.
Hmm.
And so I figured him out pretty early on too. But I loved him. He was fun for me.
Right. I think some of the OG fans love him, and then some new people are confused.
Very. And that's his point. He wants you
Yeah.
to be confused. He wants you to love him, hate him, or be totally confused.
Okay, I'm confused, but everyone I interview really likes him, so that's a good sign. What do you think we can expect from the rest of the season? We know some of your close friends are in there, a lot of drama, more competitiveness.
Oh,
What else do you think's coming?
I think you're going to see a lot of cursing,
Ooh.
a lot of in your face arguments. Because remember, I provided this level of you can plug into me and calm your nervous system,
Hmm.
right? Now I'm gone. And no one trusts anyone. There are people who are very upset that I'm gone, and I think
Hmm.
they see it as Parvati's fault.
Ooh.
So a little bit of some of that safety I think she built is starting to crumble. And it's so few people left. I think it's kind of going to be like Hunger Games in there.
The second Parvati does not have immunity. Girl, you better watch out. They're coming for you. I think we're all waiting to see
Hey,
what will happen.
the
I mean,
second she has no immunity, she is out of there. I
yeah,
mean, she is gone.
unless she can beat that banker.
I know, I know, I know. But the
And
thing
yeah,
is, right? If someone else plays the banker, you're just a sitting duck.
yeah,
So again, I'm gone. I can't wait to see it with the rest of you.
for sure. Absolutely.
I don't know what else.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Let us know before you go what you took away from this experience, how it has changed your life, and what did you really learn about yourself through this?
The thing that I took away from this experience is when opportunities present themselves, follow them until they end themselves. Don't
Mm,
end them yourself. Fear, doubt, worry, concern, or if it's something that wasn't on your to-do list, right? And I learned that I am braver than I knew
mhm,
for sure, because some of those challenges were horrifying to me. Um, and I think the thing that I would want people to know the most is I am now a reality TV junkie and I am gunning for some more shows.
Ooh, yes. So where could we see you next? Who knows?
Certainly want to go to Traders. And I
Hmm.
know it's a popular show, but that's not why, right? It is a show that is built for me. I am so perceptive of
Hmm.
people, and I'm able to align myself with anyone and make them comfortable enough while I figure out what they're all about. Like, I feel like I'd be able to find traders quite easily. So I want to have the opportunity to do that. And then the
Right.
other stuff I wanted to, stuff that I've always wanted to do, which is like coach these people who become unraveled on all of these love shows and Bachelor where they're falling apart and hyperventilating. I'm like, oh, somebody coach these people. Like they could go further if they could just settle themselves. So I
I
would
love that.
love to have a position show like that.
I love that. Well, it has been such a delight to meet you. Everybody has to follow you on Instagram. Where could they find you?
My Instagram is Shell Wooten and Abandoned Ordinary. You can find me anything Abandoned Ordinary and anything Shell Wooten.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lachelle.
Thank you, Zach.
I'll see you later. Bye.